Jacob, there are 12 sons. Which one of these sons is the promised seed? Well, we don't know. And it seems like the story focuses on Joseph. So you might think, actually, it's Joseph who's the promised seed, but he's not. Joseph is just there to preserve the promised seed. But who's the promised seed? Well, the promised seed identifies himself just before Joseph identifies himself to his brothers. And interestingly enough, the way the promised seed identifies himself is very telling as to why he's the promised seed. Benjamin is about to be kept behind, and Judah, the promised seed, says to Joseph, it'll kill my father. So in essence, Judah, the promised seed, offers himself as a substitute in the place of the one whom his father loves, which is exactly what the promised seed would do. Just like another promised seed, but don't run too fast, because Judah has another son who identifies himself as a promised seed. You see, Judah's greater son, David, actually identifies himself as the promised seed one day when in the valley there is a giant who is challenging Israel and says, send me a man to fight with me. This is a battle of champions. I will represent my people. You send me someone who will represent your people. And so King David, before he's King David, goes down into the valley to face Israel's enemy as Israel's covenant representative. And while he's in the valley, he defeats Israel's enemy on behalf of all of Israel, which means that Israel is victorious because all of Israel is in him, the promised seed, when he wins this victory. And then there is a greater David who identifies himself as the promised seed to which all the other promised seeds point. And he does what Judah and what David did all in one fell swoop. He also offers himself as a substitutionary atoning sacrifice for the sons whom his father loves. And then, through dying a death that they deserved, goes into that great valley and defeats the enemy